The 2015-2016 season for the Quinnipiac men's hockey team was one for the history books, winning the rivalry on ice against Harvard in New York. Regular season and postseason conference champions together for the first time ever, while also advancing to the national championship game. Among all those moments, junior KJ Tiefenwerth posted career-high numbers with 20 points combined from 7 goals and 13 assists in 43 games played.
I got a lot of opportunity this year, which I'm thankful for, and happy I was able to capitalize on some of those chances. And I was just looking to fill my role on the team.
This year, he was probably one of our top 3 or 4 most consistent players, day in and day out, from an effort perspective, a production perspective, and couldn't be happier to have him here.
He brings a ton to our team on the ice, and he produces quite a bit, and he goes out there and he's consistent every game. He does a lot of little things. He takes care of the puck. He's good defensively, and he's definitely added depth to our team, and I think that's one of the biggest strengths of our team this year in a whole.
All the celebrations with his teammates were special, but little did KJ think these memories would come after several hurdles in his life. Born and raised in Belmore, New York, KJ Tiefenwerth followed in his older brother CJ's footsteps of playing ice hockey. Years passed, and in 2010, he began playing junior hockey in Marlborough, Massachusetts on the Boston Junior Bruins.
I loved it. It was great. I mean, taught me a lot. I was living away from home, no supervision. Taught me a lot. Grew up a lot as like a man on and off the rink. Peter Masters gave me a lot of opportunity. Told me, he'll give me the shot to be an impact player there, and he did, and I was fortunate to have a great career there. We won a regular season championship there as well, so I can't thank him enough. The program was great. Some of my best friends I met there, so it was awesome.
We knew he was a really good player, and we knew at our league he was going to be extremely effective. Every year you're trying to build a group of guys that can compete for a championship, so we thought KJ was going to be a difference maker for us.
Masters' belief was proven true. KJ was named Rookie of the Year that season and earned MVP honors in his second season in 2012.
Oh, it was great, but when you play junior hockey, you're always thinking one step ahead to prepare for college. So as great as all that was, I was more focusing on my development to be an impact player at the collegiate level.
KJ was really in a high-pressure situation. Boston College at that time was unsure of whether or not they were going to take him still or not. They were questioning his ability to kind of get around the ice. His stick and his brains and his effectiveness were all there, but they just weren't sure if he was going to skate well enough, in their opinion, to play on their team.
A final decision would soon follow.
Staff, as we looked at it with Boston College, they basically said, listen, we don't anticipate you're going to play here. So if you want to play in college, you're going to need to find somewhere else. So he came to us and said, where do I go from now? I need a home. So what we did was, what we do for all these guys is we pick up the phone and we start calling coaches and saying, look, here's KJ's situation. He's a Rookie of the Year last year. He's in the top 5 in scoring in our league. The kid can play, he can make plays. I get why BC was a little hesitant on him, but we think your team really could benefit from him.
After this rejection, KJ would end up staying in Massachusetts.
UMass at the time had some struggles. Coach Cahoon, actually a month or 2 after KJ was committed, was let go. So they were really, quite frankly, throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall, throwing a lot of bodies at the team and seeing who would stick. So they saw how well KJ had produced, and they said, well, let's take a shot on him.
I think they had 13 sophomores when I committed there. So, and they had a good year the year before. A couple of kids I grew up playing with.
I think what happened at UMass was he wasn't one of their guys, and they were looking for a different type of player to kind of push their program along. And KJ got put in the same position that he was with BC, which was, hey, I need to find a new home because this isn't working. And I'd called Quinnipiac to say he's come available.
We knew he could play, and then when it didn't work out there, Peter told me that he was looking for a place to go, and I knew that he'd always been a winner. He always, at Avon they won, in juniors they won, and we knew that we needed to get kids in the program that are used to winning and know how to win. So that was the biggest reason to bring him here. I
was excited. I mean, they were great the year before. They were ranked #1 in the country, another heartbreaker in the national championship game. So to have an opportunity to come here and possibly play for a team that was #1 in the country, I knew would be a great opportunity. So I saw it wasn't too far from home. My family can still come watch me play, so it seemed like a great fit.
Transferring schools would cause KJ to first return home and take a physical. After passing, an opportunity arose for him to take an optional sonogram to check his heart.
I thought maybe they want the hockey team to take that test, so I said, you know what, if it's going to take, the doctor told me it was only going to take another 10-15 minutes to hop on the machine. I said, you know what, why not? I wasn't in a rush, and I wanted to be thorough going into the new school, so I took the test.
Results came out, and the unthinkable took place. KJ was diagnosed having a papillary fibroelastoma, a tumor on his heart. When you and your family first learned about this, what was going on in your mind at the time?
I mean, it was just me and my mother at the time, and we kind of looked at each other. The first thing that came to my mind was cancer. Was it cancerous? And he described that it was benign, which is, not cancerous for the most part, that we'd be able to just go in and remove it.
In a benign tumor, what KJ had, the issue is not so much spread of the tumor to other organs. The issue is embolization, meaning that the tumor can tear and then go to other parts of the body, such as the brain, and cause a stroke.
His parents had one word to describe this moment.
Devastating. It
Very.
was.
And his future teammates couldn't believe this news as well.
We were all obviously super caught off guard. Your first thought is, I hope he's okay. And as much as hockey means, we hope that, first things first, that he's healthy and he's doing all right.
The reason I found out was I saw our coach Riga had tweeted about it. The good news was I found out he was coming to Quinnipiac, so I was definitely excited about that. But just to know that someone that could easily have been me or anyone else that I'm good friends with had to go through something like that.
He handled it, I think, better than anyone else could have. He took it head on and realized he, had to work his way back into, where he was before.
It was a little bit weird for us just because we didn't know the kid yet at that point. We hadn't met him, but he knew he was part of our team. So you already kind of have that sort of, brothership just because you know that he's going to be part of your team.
So we got a couple opinions from a few doctors, and most of the doctors said you should get rid of it immediately. So I was a little nervous at first to go under the knife right away, but then I found out that if there's a chance that they have to replace the valve, I can never play again. So that immediately became my main concern.
Were you at all worried that something serious might come out of this, and your career might end, and that you might have something life-threatening inside of you?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, if they removed that valve, it would have literally broken my heart. If I wasn't able to play at this level, I grew up always wanting to play Division I hockey and possibly pro, but to not be able to take my career to its full potential because of a health issue, I think would have crushed me.
I strongly believe that God was with us and did this for a reason, and he was going to be fine.
5 days after the diagnosis, Dr. Robert Kalimi performed open heart surgery on KJ at New York's Southside Hospital. The tumor was removed, but when KJ awoke, he had to know the answer to one important question.
I woke up again, my whole family was there for me. I signaled to the doctor, valve, did they have to replace the valve? I really couldn't speak. I had tubes and everything hooked up to me. So I wrote it on a pad, and he gave me the thumbs up and said they didn't have to replace it. So I was kind of relieved.
KJ was already set on sitting out the 2013-2014 season due to the NCAA's rules on transfers. But at this point, his path to recovery officially began.
Recovering after that is generally 4 to 6 weeks. There's healing that has to happen in the bone, in the skin, in the tissue, and that generally occurs in the first month and a half. Going back to heavy exercise and activities usually can occur after 2 months after surgery.
It was rigorous, it was tough. Coach Brajesh Patel is one of the main guys I have to thank through this whole process. Spent a lot of times with extra workouts and extra time in the gym, monitoring my heart and stuff like that. It was tough, and then once I actually got on the ice, my teammates were awesome. Helped me every step of the way. Would give me that extra bump I needed, or if I was out there by myself, they'd come on and keep me company so I didn't feel left out.
Despite all these hurdles, KJ is now back on the ice, and today he's becoming stronger than ever before, while proving all those doubters wrong.
A lot of people, they said he's done. You know, there's nobody going to play hockey after heart surgery. And he did it, and he did it at a high level. So, very proud of him, and I just can't wait to see what's next.
He's persevered in multiple aspects of hockey and on and off the ice. On the ice, he's a guy that's in the lineup every game now, and he's always a big contributor, whether it be blocking a shot, scoring a goal, making a pass, or just using his words and being vocal on the bench to get everyone fired up. And then off the ice, he's a guy that everyone knows they can go to, and whether they have a problem or whether they just want someone to talk to or they want to go get lunch with, KJ's always a guy that's there, and he's always someone that has a smile on his face too.
He's been an unbelievable addition to our team ever since day one. Even during his redshirt year, he always worked hard. He's always brought a lot to the team and made everyone better, and then now he's really reaping the rewards and he's having a lot of success. He's had a fantastic year.
You've really got an individual that in his life is never going to be deterred. Like he's determined, whatever he wants to get done, he's going to work at it. You know, and sometimes in life you don't get everything you want, but he's able to deal with those things.
A lot of the guys look up to him, not only just because of his heart surgery and his story like that, but because he's such a leader on and off the ice. Like, you know, doesn't use his heart as an excuse for anything he does.
BC not working out didn't slow him down. UMass not working out slowed him down. Heart surgery didn't slow him down. I mean, he just keeps getting obstacles put up, and he just kind of keeps blowing through it. So not only is that an unbelievable attribute for his kind of hockey career and college career, but it says he's going to be really successful in life. It really does.
Through it all, the Tiefenwerth family continues to be grateful on how going to a new school could have saved their son's life.
Could it have saved my life? Very well could have. Did it directly save my life? I don't know. You know, I'm just thankful to be here. Like I said, such a great time. I have so many memories. Some friends, some of my best friends I'll be friends with the rest of my life. And with the surgery or not, I'm happy I came here.
We thank Quinnipiac for everything they did, because they really didn't have to accept him after all this. You know, he wasn't really part of the school, and they took him anyway and worked with him to no end. And they really got him where he is today. I don't think any other school would have done that.
Right, the way the coaches are today, I mean, Rand could have said, well, you know, I accepted you before you had a heart problem, you know. He could have said, you know, we can't use you. But he didn't give up on him.